What's going on, CPC fans? African Gogo here with our next CPC interview for season 5. Next, we have our commissioner of the CPC, 681shadow. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, guys. Definitely a very exciting season, and I'm ready to get these interview questions going. It's not like I wrote them at all. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah. so, yeah, the first one is how do you feel about your performance last season? How do you think you'll try to improve?
So last season we ended up going 3-9, which on one side that's not a good record because it's very negative, but at the same time, with the level of competition, how it has been really high for the past couple seasons. I feel like I've improved because last season I ended up going. The season before I went 2-10, so I feel like I'm improving because I'm able to get more wins. So I'm very eager for this season, and plus we have a few less weeks in this season. It's going to be a 10-week season instead of a 12-week season, so we're going to see how that's going to go. But I feel like I can keep improving. Um, I have a really good front office that's been helping me out, and hopefully we can possibly try to get a positive record this season.
Yeah,
That's really the minimum I'm going for.
yeah, for sure. Hopefully, you can pull that off because just increase the more the competition here. But moving on to the next question, how much draft league experience do you have?
I've been playing draft leagues for about 2 years now. Um, the start of my draft league is kind of a funny story because it was back when the UCL was starting up its first season, and I had not really heard of the GBA or what have you back then. But when I saw that, it was me and then Volume, a previous majors coach. We were sitting there because we know each other IRL, and we were in a Skype call one day back in the days of Skype, and we were like, UCL, that seems pretty cool. We should do that ourselves. So we made CPC, and that's where CPC started. And then other than that, I've gone into some other leagues, like notable ones I've been in. I was in the tryouts for the NPL Minor Season 3. I have been in both seasons of the PMCD League, the first season just being called PMCD League and the second season being called the PMC Orange League. Um, and then just some other minor leagues, and then um, see what else have I been in. I've been in. I think I'm also currently. I'm not sure how vocal I can be about this, but I've seen other people talking about it. But I'm set up as one of the possible replacement coaches for the NPA minor league that's going on right now. But yeah, it's basically all I've had for league experience. I've been doing it for about 2 years. Not the best in the world. There's definitely people that are a lot better than me, but I'm willing to improve as much as I can.
Yeah, you seem like you've been around the block here and there, some really major leagues. Yeah, not shocking for the commissioner of such a good league here. But yeah, moving on. Next question: how confident are you going into this season?
Confidence wise, I'm generally not like super confident, but at the same time, I'm not like I don't. It's like I have some confidence. I don't have too much. I don't have too much, too little because I know there's a very good pool of coaches in the season, as we always have. So it's definitely going to be tough getting some wins here. But I definitely feel like I can do well. I've been improving, and between the time and because I also had a season, I forgot to mention this in the previous question. I had a season in the EBT, and I was fortunate enough to be in the highest division. So there were some really good battlers there as well, which kind of kept me in tune for this season of CPC because between past seasons, I had just been in like minor leagues and leagues that didn't have as high competition. But EBT, Moon Division, the top division of EBT, has competition that almost rivals the competition of CPC Majors, which is really good. So it was able to really keep me in tune. So so that I can be in the mindset going in because EBT season is just ending in a couple of weeks and CPC season is just starting in a couple of weeks, which is really
Yeah, so just hearing you being like ready for this season, like just staying on the same competitive level, really sets you up to be doing really well for the season. That's great to hear. So, next question: who's the most skilled coach in majors in your opinion?
okay. So this is a really tough question, and I actually love putting out this question for the interviews. Like if you've seen the interviews for previous seasons, I love putting out this question because it really makes people think. Because there's such good competition in the league. We have a lot of good. We have a lot of good coaches. We have coaches that have just been promoted from the D League. But if I had to pick one coach that was a class above them all, I would probably have to say for this season, Aberforth, because everyone is all really skilled in the league, but I feel like Aberforth is the most consistent of them all because I always see him. Like I see some coaches who are good, but they have like their days. I never see Abe have his day of not doing well. I always see him getting a positive record in leagues. I don't think I've ever seen that man go negative, which is absolutely crazy. And I just feel like because everyone is pretty close to being equal in terms of skill, except for a few people. Cough, cough, me. No, I'm kidding. But definitely, I think Abe is the most consistent of all of our really skilled people, so that's why I think he can be put on the top. But that's not discrediting anyone else that's in the league. Like we have a bunch of really good people, like like we have Rob Jr., Poke TCG Gamer. We have just a bunch of people. I'm not going to list them all off now because that's basically just saying the entire coach roster. But yeah, it's definitely the person I think is up there in the CPC coaches as the most skilled.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that, especially just the way you described him and just how consistent he is. I just really agree with that 100%. Um, is there something you upload to your channel besides draft league content to make your content more diverse?
Actually, because I feel like this make a tribute to my lack of improvement in draft leagues until the most recent CPC season before this one. Because on my channel, I like to not only focus on draft leagues, but I also focus on anime-related content. And I feel like because that takes a lot of attention to detail, especially when I'm making certain like discussion videos or reviews where I have to pick up on stuff. And that can also take time away from me being able to prep and such, which is why I'm so happy I have a front office that's very good because I can drop my matchup there and they'll give me a bunch of ideas that I probably wouldn't have even thought of on my own, which is really good and I can learn from that. And I'm not and for the anime related stuff, I usually do like a whole bunch of different things. Like I usually because anime, for those of you who don't know, they have like seasonal animes which have 12 episodes in the season, and I usually like to review one of those per season, which is pretty cool. It's like a once a week thing, which doesn't take up all that much time, which is good. But then I also play some of the anime games on mobile. Like I play Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle and My Hero Academia Smash Tap, which both are very time consuming. If you've seen those videos and how much work you have to do in those games to do as good as possible, but definitely I post a lot of stuff that is not Pokemon related. Like you see a lot of people who are a lot of people who probably do these interviews are like, oh yeah, I post like Showdown lives and what have you. I don't post any of that stuff. I just stick to draft leagues and anime content, which I feel makes me very diverse, not only in CPC but just in the draft community in general.
Yeah, I really don't see anything like your content from other creators that do both of what you do. And I find that really cool about your channel. Hopefully, other people seem to appreciate it like I do. But but moving on to our last question, how can the viewers get a hold of you, like YouTube, Twitter?
All right. Well, we'll be sure to have this in the description below, not just for this video, but for all of the interviews. But I'll have my YouTube down in the description down below. The name is 681shadow. I like to keep it simple. My name basically everywhere is 681shadow. So I have YouTube, Twitter. I'm at 681shadow. If you want to message me on Discord, I definitely like to message my fans. You can add me on Discord. But also I do have a Discord server, which is in the description of all my videos. So if you go to probably my most recent video at the time, it will be in that description. So go and join the server, come hang out. We have communities there for Draft League, competitive Pokemon just in general, and my anime content, which is really cool. It kind of like puts all of my different communities of people that watch my videos into one place, which I really love. But other than that, that's really it for
Yeah, cool. So before I finish this off, any last words you want to say to the fans out there?
um well, I really hope this is going to be a great season. I really just want to thank all the fans for like the support they've been giving us these past few seasons. Ever since we started going upload required, we've been getting a lot more support, especially with some of the bigger names that have gotten into the league and made it as good as they are. Even though some of those people who had only stayed for one season still made quite an impact because their own individual popularity was able to sort of migrate into the league and make the league more popular. So I really do appreciate that, since CPC has been basically my baby for 2 years now, which is really crazy. And I just love to see it grow bigger and bigger.
Well, yeah, that's all we got here from Shadow. This is African Goku signing off. Peace.